So if you click this video, I believe you have a plan having the vacation or somehow do the getaway in Thailand. So if you have a plan to visit Thailand soon, here is the video for you.
Do you want scenery like this? If you do, Krabi is the place to go, and we will show you what to do and where to go and the top things to see in Krabi.
Thailand. Krabi. So Krabi is one of the most relaxing province in Thailand that we really love.
It has one of the most unforgettable limestone mountains you will ever see.
And especially in the morning when you go out and you see this kind of view, it's amazing. Today what we will cover though, it will be categorized by two main things. So basically we will tell you where to go, what to see, what to do in Krabi itself, and also another thing, the second thing is what you can do by doing island hopping.
What is close to Krabi that you can access directly from Krabi itself.
And still is the island belongs
to
Krabi.
It's the Klong Tom Hot Spring.
Klong Tom.
Klong Tom Hot Spring.
Klong basically mean canal. Okay, go
and
ahead.
it is gorgeous. It is set directly inside this rainforest setting.
So the good part of this hot spring is that it's set as the jacuzzi type.
It's a jacuzzi type bath that is perfect for sharing with a bunch of people. Like me, my dad, and Ta went, and it is filled with fresh flowing water that is so warm and so refreshing.
So basically this fresh hot water is actually not like a man-made thing or come up from the ground. So basically it comes from the volcanic chambers.
And the water is heated from the volcanic chambers in the ground.
Yeah, so the temperature would be about 40 degrees Celsius, and actually it also contain the mineral salt.
So it's really healthy and good for your skin.
Yeah, a couple things that is so beneficial from these mineral salts that it can help with your heartbeat rate and things as well.
There's actually warning signs that if you have heart problems and things like that, don't stay in the water too long. And if you do get too warm in the hot springs, right below the hot springs is a fresh creek bed and river. So you can just climb out of the hot springs at the bottom and you can just jump and swim in the super cool and refreshing ring.
And when you feel satisfied with the cold water,
you get back in the hot springs.
Just climb up to the hot springs. But actually, surprisingly, the water is actually so clear. The rock is so smooth, so you don't have to worry about bringing the water shoes because you are afraid of the rock that's gonna cut you. I would actually rate this one like 5 out of 5.
It's really refreshing, really nice.
So next thing that we will recommend you to go to see and do is actually not so far from the hot spring at all.
We highly suggest hitting both in one day. So if you're gonna go to the hot springs, make sure you go to the Emerald Pool because they're equal distance outside of Krabi Town. Just take a day trip and hit both of them.
So we talked about the hot spring earlier, so now we're gonna talk about natural spring.
The Emerald Pool.
So this one in Thai, you will hear Thai people call it Sa Morakot. So Sa mean pool or pond, Morakot mean emerald. So this one is stunning because when the sun hovers up the pond or the pool,
when the sun is directly above the water, it just gives the most beautiful colors.
Yeah, so the shade make phenomenon that color of the water change, and it's so clear, so blue, like it's unreal. You would probably think somebody put some chemical in it, but it's not.
And because the water is fresh from the limestone mountains above, it stays this perfect warm temperature, and you can actually open your eyes underwater and see directly through the water. It is amazing.
Oh, you did that. And also not only the benefit from getting into the pool itself, but also along the way it needs you to actually trekking
through the jungle. So they have two paths. They have a bridge path that goes through the jungle to the right, which is a little bit longer but more scenic. And then they have the stone road path, which they use for all the cars and stuff to go back and forth for the park rangers and the people running the park.
Also beautiful as well.
Yeah, just as beautiful.
And along the way, you will hear the sounds of the crickets and the sound of the animals.
Crazy.
It's really crazy. The sound of the snake, the sound. Oh, it's amazing. Ao Nang Beach. So basically, this one is actually, for me, I would say it's more for people who have like one day, a couple days.
They
in
have
Krabi.
very limited time in Krabi.
Ao in Thai mean bay. So basically here is right by the beach. It's not actually like one of the most beautiful beaches, but still
you can have everything you need there though.
Yeah, so you can see the view of the long tail boat, which is so unique.
With the limestone mountains in the background, of course.
And the color of the sea water is not that bad actually. It's still blue.
Not the bluest, but it is still very blue.
But still, you can still feel the blue. And also the sand is actually quite soft, but it's not too white. So actually, as you can see in the morning, people love doing running, doing jogging along the beach here. And there are a lot of people, a lot of local actually love to grab some breakfast from the street and then bring
sit on the beach.
Yeah, so now another reason why you should definitely check out Ao Nang is because sometimes when you are in rush of thinking where to buy the souvenir stuff, there are plenty of shops.
Yeah, you could find anything you want Thailand related, souvenir wise, right next to the beach, along with Western restaurants, Thai restaurants, Indian restaurants, Italian restaurants, bars. You can find everything you want right across the street from the beach.
If you are a big fan of Phuket and you come to Krabi, I would say this area, Ao Nang area, is actually give the similar vibe of Phuket because it's more packed with so active
bars.
Yeah. So there are so many kind of that here. And plus another thing that I love about this area, not quite like love it, but I think this is one of the most advantageous part of this area is that due to the reason that there are so many shops, so many tour agency, you get a chance to bargain even better. Or like people try to like compete for the good deals.
Yeah, so you can go from one place, like when we went shopping for the day boat trips, you can go to one place. If they give you too high of a price and you believe it's too high, you can go to the next one and just try and see if you can get them a little lower. And then you go to the next one and try and see if you can get them a little lower. And then by the end of it, you know what the good price is.
I like to go to Ao Nang to purchase the boat trip and the ticket or any means of transportation because you walk a little bit further. There are another sellers that actually offer cheaper price.
Of course, my dad got roped into getting a massage. We walked down the street and literally right there, massage. So here we are.
I would highly recommend you go to Krabi Town. Unlike any other places in Krabi, Krabi Town still have the local feel, vibe and things.
Even though there's tourists, they really do a very good job maintaining the culture and original feel to Thailand and Krabi itself.
So my aunt actually told me that she has been to Krabi several times, like during the past like 20 years, 30 years. She said she didn't really see the change in Krabi to pamper tourist feeling. So in Krabi Town, you can have the chance to actually enjoy going to the local restaurant, local bars, and actually there are a couple interesting landmark, interesting attraction that you can go and see in Krabi Town itself. So first,
Krabi Town, like many other places in Thailand, has a night market, and we highly suggest you going. It is only open 3 days a week, Monday through Sunday, in the evening specifically. There are over 70 food stands, so there's no shortage of trying the delicious local cuisines.
There's so many kind of food. You can find either Thai food, like authentic Thai food, Japanese food. There's so many kind of food for you to pick, like fusion food, Western food. You can even buy cocktail there, coconut.
So if you want to go there and you do go there, you might have the amazing opportunity to see the local kids dancing in traditional outfits, trying to raise money for their schools. And it is just amazing to see all the activities and dances and how they dress.
So it's like experiencing the culture as well there.
Yeah.
Next thing that I highly recommend you to go and see in order to experience the Thai culture is to go to Wat Khao Gorawaram. So here, I believe you can see this word in many occasions and in many places. Wat in Thai mean temple. So here, the reason why I recommend this place is because most of the time the temple that you see either in Bangkok or Chiang Mai, like top city in Thailand, you will see it's kind of like
very similar.
Yeah, very similar. It has the feature of gold mainly, gold and red mainly.
Yeah, gold and red.
Okay, but here, unlike those kind of majority of Thai temple, here in Wat Khao Gorawaram, I would call it from now White Temple because that is the other way that you can call this temple
for
in English.
Foreigners.
Yeah, so you can say White Temple. So here at White Temple, as the name said, it is white. So the way it looks is like this. Now, another good point of this temple is that it sits on the top of the hill. So with the large area of around 2,500 square meter and sitting at the top of the hill, you can overlook the whole Krabi Town as well. So
it's a truly unforgettable view to be able to see all of Krabi Town from the top of this hill.
Yeah, inside you can also see the decoration on the wall and the relics.
Really authentic relics inside the temple.
Next one is something I have the love-hate relationship with.
It was one of my favorite things to do in Krabi Town itself.
Even Dad, Jimmy Dad, doesn't want to go there.
The whole trip he's like, I'm not going, do not even try bringing me here.
But that is because of the 1,237 steps up that you have to go up. Thai people call that as a staircase to heaven.
You could look at it either way because I thought she was gonna kill me.
Oh, yes, literally. With 1,237 staircases up, so it's not a small task. But what you get is the view like this, which is like 360-degree view over the Andaman Sea and the town of Krabi.
When we said you could see all of Krabi Town in the earlier attractions, you can see everything. As far as the eye can see, there is mountains and beautiful countryside.
And also at the top there is the statue of Buddha, so you can also see the culture up there. Also, you can also see the view there. Now, this place is called Tiger Temple. The reason why they call it Tiger Temple is not because there are tigers there at all, but it's because in the past, way back, there are tigers in front of this temple, like living around this temple. So that's why Thai people call it Tiger Temple. Now, instead of seeing tiger, you will see monkeys.
A lot of monkeys. They are everywhere at the base of this temple.
So at the base of this temple is kind of like the area that you can feed some food or some fruits to the monkey. And also it's the area that you would probably think is the monkey playground because there's so many monkeys there.
They are very naughty. They steal your sunglasses. They steal like the shop's picture frames and food.
The locals around there actually told us that the monkeys actually they feel attracted to something shiny like sunglasses,
cell phones, things like that. So make sure you keep your valuables close and make sure you keep them zipped up in your pockets or backpacks. So the next one I have trouble pronouncing, so we'll go to the local.
So basically this place called Panom Benja, Khao Panom Benja National Park, อุทยานแห่งชาติเขาพนมเบญจา So basically Khao. Let's focus on this word. It means mountain. So as the name say,
it has one of the highest mountains in Krabi, and it is 1,350 meters tall. But not only is the park gorgeous, but the ride there is so beautiful. The park is really well known for its waterfalls and its natural pools. So there's two options. There's a bunch of trails to hike, and then there's two main waterfalls there. There's one to the left, which is more of a not maintained, deep in the jungle, and then there's one to the right, which is a more maintained and more trekked. That's where you'll see like Thai families hanging out and the kids swimming in the natural pools and by the bases of the waterfall. But we really enjoyed both. And the one to the left, you kind of got to be careful because there are a lot of wildlife inside these jungles. So if you're not familiar and really good at trekking, they actually suggest you to get a park ranger to go with you just to make sure you're safe.
So actually the part that I love the most is that the big one, the big waterfall, actually it's not only one level down there.
It's multiple.
Yeah, but you can also walk up a little bit to the top part, and that will be around like 11 meters.
Yeah, it's like a staircase up the side of the mountain.
Yes, and then you are on the top of the sources of the waterfall. So
it's really beautiful.
yeah, so that is actually the place that is really famous among Thai locals to go there, have a picnic, have a family time. So if you go there on Sunday especially, it will be a great time for you to notice locals, seeing local hanging out.
So next, we would say take a boat tour from either Krabi or Onang. There are over 200 islands off the coast of Krabi, and there are just so much to see. So many beautiful tropical islands. But make sure you come between November and April because that's the best time, weather permitting, so you have less likely to run into unpredictable weather.
So basically when you take the boat tour from Krabi itself, you have a chance. So it's like Krabi is on the Andaman coastline.
Yes.
So all the island that you experience is on the Andaman
Seaside.
Andaman seaside actually, and PhiPhi Island is one of them, and that is where we went with Jimmy's dad. We purchased the ticket for 300 baht per person, which is about $10.
Which is a really good deal. It's about 45 minutes from Onang Beach, and it's a quick boat ride.
So basically there are several islands actually that you could go. There are Kolata, there are Riley. Riley is like not the island actually, but it's more like a beach that you have to take a boat to go there. There is no road access there. But the one that is really, really famous, really well known, really popular is PhiPhi Island.
And it's mainly because Leonardo DiCaprio was in the movie The Beach, which was actually filmed there.
Yeah, so basically it's actually filmed on Maya Bay. But the boat trip from PhiPhi to Maya Bay to Bamboo Island, this one is really cheap when you take a boat from PhiPhi. So what people normally do is go from Krabi to PhiPhi, 300 baht.
Yeah.
Then purchase the boat trip.
It's like a day trip.
Yeah, another you can purchase from 390 baht, which is a half day tour, but you can go to where Leonardo
DiCaprio filmed the movie The Beach.
Oh.
But included in that is one of my favorite islands in Thailand, and it's Bamboo Island. And the reason it's one of my favorite is because it is just white sand beaches with the most beautiful water I've ever seen in Thailand. It is just gorgeous there.
So taking a boat from Krabi itself to the island nearby Krabi, which is actually the island belongs to Krabi itself. It's just like experiencing on the land. On the land in Krabi mainland, you see the limestone view. In the ocean, when you take the boat trip to several islands all around, you also see the same thing. But instead of seeing the road, the ground, the dirt path, you see the
the beautiful blue water.
Is unreal blue, and it look like this. So this is the reason why you should definitely take a boat from Krabi to the island nearby.
definitely worth it.
We love waking up early in the morning, like probably around 5 a.m. And actually Jimmy experienced a really cool cultural experience when he wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning in Krabi.
So after 2 days of no sleep, we went to bed pretty early, around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And it's currently 5:20 in the morning, and I don't know what chant this is. Sounds like I'm in the Middle East right now, though. Good morning. It's a way to wake up. So, because Krabi is the southern part of Thailand and it has a very large Muslim population, you can actually hear the prayer coming from the mosque across the street from where we were staying. So it's really, really beautiful to see.
Krabi is actually in the southern part of Thailand, close to Malaysia. That's why you can see a couple of Muslim population in Krabi actually. Another thing that we love doing when we wake up early in the morning is that we love going out and see the view. So along the way, as you can see, when the sun rises up and touch the limestone mountain,
you get a really beautiful color and shine off of it.
And Ao Nang Beach as well, early in the morning is amazing. And also you can see the culture of Thai people in the morning, because you can see along the way there are a street food and also the set-up restaurant, like a pop-up restaurant there.
Right on the sidewalks. So these are our top locations and attractions that we believe that you should see if you have the opportunity to visit Krabi in Thailand.
So we hope this video really helpful for you to plan your trip in Krabi.
So if you guys have yet, head over to Divertliving.com. You can check out the merchandise. We have a lot of stuff coming up that we'll be posting on Divertliving.com, like blogs, tips on traveling, tips on accommodations, transportation, and we'll also be coming out with an ebook to tell you the best ways to make money online and be able to truly live the life that you want.
The next things that we plan to do is that we plan to have the trip in Mexico, we plan to have a trip in South Asia, and plenty more coming. So if you are not yet, make sure you subscribe to follow along our journey as
traveling couple,
American travel couple.
And we don't plan on stopping traveling anytime soon. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, guys.